Getting a closer look, they just let us on the grounds of the U.S. Capitol. We have our program. I have my media credential. As you can see now, I'm on the riser. We'll be covering this event. In front of me is the U.S. Capitol. The families from Indiana and across the country that are here for Police Week will sit in those seats. The white chairs represent the chairs for the survivors. I'm told that Hoosier families are having breakfast right now. Then they will make their way here to the Capitol about in 3 hours or so. They have to get this all seating done in about 90 minutes. So a lot goes into this moment. I can tell you that today 7 Hoosier families will be among the many honored here at the U.S. Capitol. And there's an Indiana connection to the ceremony that we'll see beginning at noon.
So they'll actually, if a person says I can transfer,
yes,
they'll take their will they retrieve it then again when it's time for them to walk out?
Many months of planning goes into the closing event of Police Week, which honors fallen officers coast to coast.
35 or 35 on your side.
I counted 35.
Okay. I had 35.
So how many we got deep?
Well. I don't know how many rows back deep.
Outside the U.S. Capitol, volunteers hold rehearsals.
The stroller's going to go.
Has to go with the family.
Well, then we're going to go down and to where they're going to be, and we're going to pull that chair up.
To make sure the wreath and medal ceremonies go as intended.
We just need to be here to walk with them every step that we can to make it better for them.
Indiana plays a key role in this event, as a majority of the people planning the event
We'll have about 42 buses coming in.
represent a number of Hoosier organizations or law enforcement agencies, including Carmel, IMPD, Greenfield, the Marion County Sheriff's Office, and the Fraternal Order of Police. I mean, what is it about them that allows this event to run like clockwork?
Well,
like the first, 500.
Yeah,
the
the first thing is the compassion they have for survivors. They never forget why they're here. And that's so important. We could put a robot in here saying sit in chair 1. These people understand why it's important to talk to these people the way you talk to them and get them where they go, because they're in such an emotional state.
Does anybody have any questions so far about the wheelchair?
So that's kind of the rotation we're going to go through.
So instead of having 35 chairs across, we could go to 36 chairs across for them to add.
All that practicing must become practical. Volunteers must unload 42 buses with 443 families. Thousands of people that must fill all of these seats. All must be done in 90 minutes to keep this ceremony on time. The national president of the Fraternal Order of Police has noticed Indiana's influence on this national event. Hoosier hospitality.
Spreads. And they need to spread it to the other states, because you're right, they actually do. I've always given great recognition everywhere I speak across this country. People ask me questions about giving honor to their members and how we do certain things, and I always tell them, first thing you need to do is pick up the phone and call Indiana.
Other law enforcement agencies that are part of the planning process include Zionsville and South Bend. As we're taking now a live look here at the U.S. Capitol, as you can see, volunteers, Lauren, are putting waters on each of the chairs. We're expecting a really warm day here in Washington. It was rainy on Saturday. Things got better on Sunday. And I have to give you a tour, right? Anytime you're in the nation's capital, you have to capture the images, right? The big dome, the repairs happening here in Washington, D.C. Here's another beautiful view. Another thing that's simply majestic. I have to show you the Washington Monument, right? And that's the National Mall, where we had that candlelit vigil on Saturday. Just so many beautiful things to see in the Capitol. But of course, we're also marking what are solemn events as we honor the lives of 7 Hoosiers over the next couple of days, those Hoosiers that died in the line of duty in 2022, and all the other Hoosiers that made the ultimate sacrifice over the years. And they will also be remembered in this ceremony that gets underway at noon today. We're live in Washington, D.C. Rafael Sanchez, now back to you in Studio A.
And Rafael, thanks for walking us through that, and we'll check back in with you later this morning. It is 6